Hi guys, I'm Shelley and welcome to the Disability Misconceptions Tag. I'm just glad I got that out of my mouth because I've been practicing it for 5 minutes and all that's come out is gibberish. Hi, how are you guys? Welcome to the tag. This was made up by a wonderful woman named Nicola. Links to her down below, and I was tagged by the wonderful, gorgeous, genius woman that is Emily from Fashionista. Links to her down below and here and there and everywhere that YouTube will let me. Well, they will let me. I'm not bitter. It's fine. So this tag is going to be the misconceptions of disability, because they are aplenty and they happen quite a lot. Question 1. What is your disability and how does it affect you? There is a saying that one does not just walk into Mordor, and on that note there is also the saying that one does not just have one chronic illness. If you get one, you tend to get a few, and all of my chronic illnesses develop into different kinds of disability. The condensed version, I have EDS, which stands for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which makes me very floppy, and it means that my collagen breaks down a lot quicker than normal collagen. I dislocate quite a lot. It also affects my skin, meaning that it's very, very thin and it tears very easily. EDS also affects my internal organs because the collagen is breaking down in my system, it's breaking down in my organs too, such as my stomach, my heart, so on and so forth. So that's fun. My next chronic illness is endometriosis, affects periods and reproduction. I also have dilated cardiomyopathy, which is because of my EDS. It basically means that my heart doesn't pump blood properly. One of the valves is just a bit lazy, which makes me knackered all the time, can give me chest pains and means I have to be on medication to regulate my blood and regulate my heart rate. And then it's debatable as to whether I still have ME. I was originally diagnosed with ME when I was younger, but now it seems to have formed into EDS, or now they know more about EDS, it has been re-diagnosed. So it's a whole vague as to whether I still have ME, but ME stands for myalgic encephalomyelitis. It makes you tired, it gives you symptoms like the flu, it gives you digestion problems, it gives you cognitive problems, which is one of the reasons why I can't explain it, is because it slows down your brain and it gives you something called brain fog, where you know what you're trying to say but you can't get it out your mouth, and that affects me quite a lot. It means that I'm hopeless at doing any kind of mental activity. Talking to a camera makes me confused, so just in forms of YouTube, my brain fog and my cognitive problems mean that I will ramble for a very, very long time, and I don't know if any of it will be usable. I cannot find the words I'm looking for. Question 2. What is the most common misconception that you come up with against your disability? Oh, blimey, there's a list. That I can do stuff and I'll be okay. Any kind of physical or mental activity takes a massive toll on me, and I don't tend to show that toll. And so when I turn up to things and when I do things and when I sit here and have a conversation with my camera, it looks like I'm okay. I look like I'm okay, right? Ish. Makeup on, colour in the hair, dressed, all these things, I look like I'm okay, and yet I'm not. I have a support on my wrist holding it together. I have fingers that look pretty, but they're actually just holding my fingers together. I am in an extremely amount of pain, and the second this is over, I will go back to bed and be in pain. So the most common misconception is that people don't believe my illness because I can appear well for a very short amount of time under stimulants. Again, I'm on coffee and I shouldn't, technically, my body shouldn't probably be on coffee. If I wasn't on it, I wouldn't do anything. I make the choice to make my health worse so that I can have some kind of life in between. And the misconception is that when I don't show up to family events, when I don't show up to friends' birthdays, when I don't interact with people, it's because I'm choosing not to, and because I'm being selfish and because I'm being lazy, and I pay for it dramatically. You don't see it because I'm not showing you it, because I choose not to, because it's a very vulnerable position that I don't like to put myself in. Question 3, which misconception annoys you the most? That I'm gonna get better. I've had this a lot lately, and I'm learning to deal with it, but I am not going to get better. I am not going to suddenly get better enough to hold down a job, get better enough to go out into the world and be what is classed as a fully functioning human. This is me. It's a chronic illness. It's not going away. I have EDS, which is a deteriorative, that word is there somewhere. my life isn't going to get better. So when people stand in front of me and go, oh, you just have to try a bit harder, you know, you got all these things to look forward to, you're just going to get better, and then you're going to get a job, and going to get a husband or a wife, or start dating, and you can't just live your life like this, surely. You can't stay like this. This surely isn't going to be your life. You're going to expand, and you're going to get better and move on. Well, I'm not. This is about as well as I'm going to get. That will have a payback, and then I will get worse again. It is a cycle, and I am not going to magically just be well again. I could spend a very long time trying to explain to people that this is not going to happen, that I'm not going to get better. I'm seen as a pessimist and somebody who's defeated, and they're just like, well, you're not going to get better if you think like that. I'm just like, I don't think like that. These are the facts. This is the illness I have. You don't magically get better from EDS. It's a genetic illness. I can't change my DNA. That just ticks me a bit. Next question. Do you do anything to combat these issues? I'm doing it now. Yeah, my channel. This is my way of combating everything. This is my way of standing up for myself and standing up against the misconceptions of illness. I am currently collecting moments of illness, and I'm going to try and put them into a vlog to explain what happens to me when I crash. I am very nervous to put that out, but that will be my way of combating the misconception that I'm okay. It takes calm, it takes knowledge to sit down and combat misconceptions. It takes energy. It takes a lot of energy, and also that person has to want to listen. That person has to want to take it on board and not have their prejudice fill their brain so much that they're just going to wipe everything you say out of the water. And I've had a lot of those conversations where the person I'm talking to just doesn't want to know. They're not interested. They think they're correct, and that is it. And I have been beaten down from that. And so I don't always stand up for myself, and I don't always try and combat the misconceptions because I just don't have the energy. There is a point where you just have to say no. You have to step back for your own sanity and just go, you don't want to understand, so I'm just going to walk away. And I have lost friends, and I have lost a lot of opportunities and people in my life because of that. I can't fight every battle. I really, really can't fight everything. I just don't have the strength to. Next question. What more do you think can be done to tackle misconceptions about your disability? On a personal note, teach doctors, please. I have been to, I think it is 10 specialists, and only one of them has ever recognised my illness. I brought it to them, and they then looked it up and kind of researched it, and then, oh, yeah, okay, hang on. We may have a problem here. The rest of them have just classed me as literally crazy. I have been threatened with section so many times because doctors have misunderstood and my illness and my disability and thought I was lazy, and we won't get into that. That's a sore point. But for doctors to be taught about chronic illnesses, that would really be helpful. I realise there is a fault in the system. A way to fix it would be to be more visual, be more out there, put disabled people out there, put people with chronic illnesses out there, and have authentic representation on TV, on social media, in politics especially. If there were disabled and chronic ill people in politics who could fight for our causes and be more visual, that would be wonderful. In all aspects, in the corporate world as well. So there will be a slow change, and we will be all over media, and so people will be used to seeing us and used to hearing about illnesses and coming on board with it. I understand that with chronic illness it's rather difficult because you're too ill to work. If you're an actor and you're trying to show chronic illness, it's not necessarily something that you can hire a chronic ill actor for because maybe they are not well enough. But with disability, you can hire a disabled actor, you can hire a disabled presenter, you can show disability and illness authentically on TV. Consult with disabled people, consult with chronically ill people, and ask them how to authentically represent them. I think it's important that we as disabled and chronically ill people, we have a vote. We do have a vote, and so if we vote in people who represent us more, hopefully there will be a very slow change. This got very depressing, didn't it? Anyway, I got sidetracked. That was the disability misconception tag. I've talked for a very long time. I hope I haven't bored you to death. I need to tag some people and pass it on. Oh god, here we go. This is the brain fog. I had 5 people and now I've lost them. So what I'm going to do is link them down below, and I will tweet them and tell them that I'm tagging them. I am tagging you watching it. If you would like to do the disability misconception tag, feel free. You've been tagged by me. I hope you guys are good. And I will see you guys soon after, I say after a nap on the end of every video. I really do mean it. I will now go get into bed and lie there for like a couple of hours, if not longer, in the dark with some kind of painkiller. Usually for me it's a distraction, it's ASMR, to try and control the pain. And I may not eat because I'll be in so much pain, or my body will not be able to digest food. I may not even be able to drink. I may get a migraine. All of these things I am willing to put my body through so that I can do this because I enjoy doing this. But I don't show you that because it's not something that I feel comfortable sharing yet. But that is the misconception, that I'm okay and that I carry on with my day. I don't. This is my day. That was depressing, wasn't it? See ya. Bye. That we are, there are words, I just can't get them.